name is Dr. Leslie, and I would like to welcome you to our first virtual rehearsal for the fall 2020 semester. Let's sing. For purposes of playing the piano, I'm going to sit, but I encourage you all at home to stand up, have a nice posture, make sure that your shoulders are back but not too rigid. We want to take really good deep breaths. Good. Now at any point during these warm-up exercises, if it feels as though the notes are going too high or they're going too low, please just drop out for those notes that are vocally uncomfortable, and then once it comes into a range again that you do feel comfortable, join back in. Our next vocal exercise we're going to do sounds like this. I'll demonstrate and then join me. Okay, here we go. Deep breath. exercise is going to be very short. It's called staccato. This is what it sounds like. Ma, ah, 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 ah. And we're using the word ma. Ma, ah, 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 ah. Okay? Join with me. Ma, ah, 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 ah. 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 Good. And we have one more exercise tonight. And this is what it sounds like. Join me. Good. For those of you who are returning chorale members, we are going to have our weekly warm-ups just like we would for those who are new to the group. Let me go ahead and give you just a little bit of an outline of what our rehearsals are going to look like this semester. Normally, if we were in person, we would come in, we would start immediately with warm-ups, we would have just a few announcements, and then we would go straight into music. This time, we're going to start with our warm-ups, just as we always do. Now, for the first 3 weeks, we're going to have a little bit of a talk or a little chat about vocal technique, about different aspects of singing that in our in-person meetings we haven't had an opportunity to do because we've gone straight into the music. During these 3 weeks of registration, each week we'll have a different topic. Today, we're going to talk about the larynx, our actual instrument and what it looks like. Next week, we'll talk about breathing. Now, I know for me at least, this is uncharted territory. Doing virtual rehearsals is new and unknown, and I am going forth with an open mind and an idea of flexibility. And as we go forth as a group, I encourage you to do the same thing. Just keep an open mind, be flexible with what happens, and we will get through this semester and we will make some beautiful music, some fun music, and have our virtual concert at the end. Some weeks it will be pre-recorded as it is tonight, and other weeks it will be interactive, where we are actually on the computer as a group going over the music. So keep an eye open for what's coming next week. But for now, I'd like to transition. Let me move this a little up so that we can talk about our larynx. What makes singing different from any other instrument is that our instrument is inside of our body. The main apparatus, the larynx, is located in our throat. It's not the same as a piano where you can push down a key and watch the key move, or watch a violinist holding the instrument and watch the bow. We hear the product of what's happening, but we don't actually get to see inside to see what's going on. Many times when I have students, when I ask them, so what do you think the inside looks like? They don't know. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to just give a little overview of what our instrument looks like, so what some of the medical terms for the parts are, and have an idea of what we do every week and every time that we sing with our instrument. Unless we have a medical degree and access to medical equipment, it's not possible for us to see inside of our throats. So we have our handy dandy larynx model. Now, most people refer to the larynx as their voice box. Now, in the front here, hope you can see okay, this is the jaw, and you can see the teeth come out of there, lower jaw, and then we have our tongue on top. Jaw, teeth, and tongue. Now, if we take that jaw away, then you can see how much of our tongue is actually present. We have our tongue here, goes all the way down and connects right above the hyoid bone. So on our face, the tongue, but if you take your thumb and press underneath your chin, all of that cushy material is tongue. We have the hyoid bone, and then we have what's called the thyroid cartilage. Most people refer to this as the Adam's apple, right here, and it's most prominent in men. That's whom we can see it the most easily. And then we also have the cricoid cartilage at the very bottom. Now, if we turn this around, then you can see as if you're looking down the back of the throat. You have the tongue as the food goes down. Now, the trachea is in the front, and our esophagus is in the back, on the back side. We have this nifty thing called the epiglottis at the very top that will fold over the trachea when we're eating to keep any sort of foreign substances from going down our windpipe. And that is actually a very important thing that I want to address. Our larynx was not originally intended for speech. The primary anatomical function for our larynx is to protect, our trachea from having foreign substances go down and get into our lungs. So the epiglottis folds over and protects. The second function that it has is to create subglottal pressure. And what that subglottal pressure does is assist with childbirth, defecation, and lifting heavy weights. For example, if you're in a gym and you hear someone, they've got the really big weights and they're lifting them, and they go, "Huh!" And you can see them kind of, for lack of a better word, bear down on it. That sound that you hear, "Huh!" is actually subglottal pressure. That subglottal pressure helps to push something out. For example, in childbirth, you go, "Huh," and then you push. So that is actually the two original functions for our larynx. It's only over time that it has evolved for us to be able to make sounds, grunts and groans, and then eventually transitioning into words, and then finally into singing. So our instrument, being able to sing, is actually a very complex evolution of its original function, which I think is pretty amazing. So I just wanted to give a little bit of an overview. We have Lenny, the larynx, as I like to call him. And that's all for tonight. Next week, we will be here again. We will start off with our warm-ups. We will have just a few announcements of what to expect for the rehearsal, and if there is any information that the chorale board needs to make sure that you all know, and then we'll have our little chat at the end. After the third week, once registration is over, then instead of having these chats, we're going to go directly into the music and start working on our music for our fall concert. Thank you so much. I'm glad you joined me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.